Marhaba, and welcome to the Matrix Green Pill, where real people connect.
Hello and welcome back to the Matrix Green Pill podcast. My name is Hilmarie Hutchison and I'm the CEO of Matrix Public Relations. Today I'm joined by my lovely co-host, Shireen. Welcome, Shireen. How are you today?
Hi, Hilmarie. I'm great. Thank you so much. I'm also really looking forward to speaking to a very inspiring and powerful person today. Allow me to introduce you guys to our guest, Meher Mirchandani. Meher is a mother, a wife, an author, an award-winning entrepreneur, a healer, and a coach. Meher, welcome, and thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you. Thank you, Hilmarie. Thank you, Shireen. Thank you to the Matrix Green Pill. I'm super excited to be here today.
We are also so happy to have you. Thank you so much. Mia, we already know a little bit about you, but for our audience who might not yet know you, could you tell us a little bit about yourself, your background, and how you ended up here in the UAE?
We came to the UAE in 1985. My father was on his first business trip to Europe, and he actually stopped by UAE in transit, actually. Just looking and exploring and seeing how the growth is planned for. He met His Excellency Sultan bin Sulayam and got introduced to Javza. And Javza was on fire. I mean, though there was nothing, the vision was extremely promising.
Wow,
And
excellent.
that's what got him hooked on and wanted to explore what Javza and UAE was all about.
Amazing. And then he set up some businesses here?
Yes. So he started setting up a garment manufacturing production unit. And from one, we grew into about 10. And of course, in a couple of years, he got my mother and me and my brother to Dubai. And and that was the history in making.
Fantastic. So you were
Amazing.
exposed to a father who sets a fantastic example of being an entrepreneur and basically followed in his footsteps.
Oh, yes, I have big shoes to fill. He's super successful. And so is my mother. She's an entrepreneur as well. So I think it's an inbuilt, organic for me to be an entrepreneur and to excel in everything that I do, because I have two role models I live with every single day.
If I may, so, obviously having two figures in your life that are so successful, has that made you feel pressured to be, filling in those big shoes, as you said, throughout your life?
So, of course, honestly, initially, when I was in university, I felt very pressurized, because that's when I actually started my label, my first brand, Meher and Ridhima. It originated from the final catwalk show that I did for my university, like for my last evaluation. It originated from there. So I have not taken a day off in my life, because from May that I graduated up until September, all I did is conceptualize my first brand with my best friend, Ridhima, and we launched in 2002.
Wonderful. That's really great, honestly.
Fantastic.
Good job to you. Yeah. So Meher, you're an entrepreneur, an author, a coach. How has your personal journey impacted your personality?
So, as I mentioned in my earlier question, that of course, initially I was very pressurized, but what I didn't realize is the importance of knowing ourselves in this journey, because I was so programmed to being the best version of myself only at the business front, that I actually didn't take a break and have time to reflect and see what I truly want, who I truly am. So this was the journey I actually embarked on after I had completed 15 years of Meher and Ridhima, which is my brand. And that's when I realized that, is this really me? And hence I started on my next journey. Entrepreneur, of course, I am. I think I'm genetically programmed to be an entrepreneur, because I'm the second generation in the company, in the family business, which is called Palmon Group.
Right.
and I manage it. I'm the managing director, and I'm very happy to be doing that. I'm very excited and passionate to be doing that because I bring my authentic self into it. What I love doing is growing people, growing myself. So it's fantastic because I build the culture, I build people, I empower leaders. So I love what I'm doing at the moment.
Sounds fantastic. And it sounds like you've had a real journey of discovery yourself, and which you can then use to help other people. Now, speaking of you being an author, first of all, congratulations on your book, Come Alive. That's so exciting. So can you
Thank
tell
you.
us a little bit about your book and why our audience would want to read it?
So, Come Alive is an invitation to everyone in this world to actually come alive and not just exist. What often happens is that we get connected to everything around the world but our own self. And this is the message in my first book, Come Alive, that are you truly alive? Are you doing what makes your heart sing? Do you feel life in each and every cell of your body every single day? Are you connected to yourself? And are you in love? Are you in love with life? Are you in love with yourself? So, this is the question that I ask in the book. This is what I address in the book through my personal experiences. I would like to invite a reflection to my audiences so they evaluate and see if they are truly alive.
Excellent.
And to touch on the point that you just made, my next question is exactly about what you said, loving yourself and knowing yourself. So why are those things important?
So, self love is a process of knowing yourself, identifying the self limiting beliefs, reprogramming those beliefs that don't serve you, letting go of everything that doesn't serve you, and falling in love with yourself. So, most often, we get tempted and addicted to things that might not be aligned with us as people. But because we don't know ourselves, we run after, are in the rat race, whatever you may call it, to acquire things that probably are not needed by us as humans. And in that journey, we often forget to connect with ourselves. So it's very, very important to know ourselves because only when we know ourselves will we be able to be in love with ourselves and we will feel fulfilled and complete. A lot of people in life do not feel fulfilled and complete even after they've acquired all kinds of materialistic things. And as per my experience and in my journey, I did the same. I am on the Forbes Next Generation list. I drive a great car. I have a beautiful house. I have a beautiful family. I have everything that I could have asked for. But was I complete? That's what you will discover when you read my book, Come Alive.
Excellent. Yeah, that's very intriguing. And now that you've mentioned those five, I'm going to call them phases or processes of loving yourself, would you want to break
Yes.
them down without giving too much away?
Absolutely. I would love to. So it starts with knowing ourselves. And how do we know ourselves? You cannot be in love with someone you don't know. It's exactly like a courtship with another. You need to spend time. So the core of knowing ourselves is spending time. And there can be various ways of knowing ourselves. For me, it has been silence and meditation, journaling, reading and learning, exercise, and affirmations, gratitude. It's a lot of all of that to connect to myself. It can be anything that suits you, but for me it has been these. The second phase is identifying self-limiting beliefs. So most often we hold ourselves back from greatness because we don't know what are our beliefs created at the time of childhood or even beyond. And we are unable to get out of those beliefs, or rather dissolve those beliefs, to actually push ourselves and excel in what we are doing. So phase 2 is about identifying them. Just few things like don't judge yourself, be compassionate, monitor your thought cycle, Because when you monitor your thought cycle, you come aware of what are the beliefs that are holding you back from greatness. Thirdly, it is reprogramming. Once we have identified how do we reprogram this, and reprogramming of subconscious mind can be done in many, many, many ways. A few of them are theta healing, or any kind of healing that goes to your brain waves and changes that beliefs inside of you. It is also repetition. Repetition helps in reprogramming. It is through journaling, because every day you journal, you repeat, you also reaffirm. So few of those things that help you reprogramming are these. Fourth is letting go. Once you are more aware of who you are on the core, you will automatically let go. You will let go of things, habits, activities, people who are not serving you, because you come to realize that they are not aligned with your journey. And it's a very spiritual process. You just let go, and that actually makes you more you. And the fifth is then falling in love with you. Once you have actually let go of all the energies and all those beliefs and everything that doesn't serve you, you come alive. You fall in love with yourself for who you are. You shed away everything that you are not. And that's the process I embarked on and I learned from.
Wow, incredible. It sounds like you've covered so many aspects for
Yeah,
each person
very
to go
in-depth.
into. And what I hear also is that each person's journey will be unique to them. So it's not like there's just, this is the way to go. It sounds like you've got to discover
Absolutely.
yourself.
Yes, absolutely. And these are, of course, a few tips and the process that helped me. So I have shared it with my audience, but of course, there are several ways. But the core message that we need to know ourselves and love ourselves and honor ourselves for who we are is prime, because we are here to celebrate life. We are here to feel the glory of life. And if we don't know ourselves, we will not be able to feel this. And that's my invitation in this book.
Fantastic. Now, you also mentioned somewhere that success is something you attract by the person you become. What do you mean when you say that?
It's funny, actually, I just had this conversation with my team yesterday. As a group, as colleagues and team members, we do a mindfulness session every Sunday. I do it with my team because I want them to think and talk beyond business with each other, because that's what connects, right? Humans connect humans. It's the feelings, it's who you are, you connect with the other people. It's not only about accounts and marketing and things like that. So I
Right.
do that every Sunday. And I was explaining to them why it is important to read, why it is important to do at least one thing a day that helps you grow to your best version, or at least move towards being a better version of yourselves. And they were like, we don't have time to read. We do this, we do this. I mean, everybody had their own stories, and of course, I respect that. But what I asked them is, if you could read 2 minutes a day, or rather 4 sides, 2 pages a day, you would be a different person. And with that perspective, you will be able to help yourself excel in everything that you do. And that is what I mean when I say success is something you attract by the person you become. Because when you have perspectives, experiences, new learning every single day, you will become a different energy and you will attract that kind of result to your life. So it is the constant work on yourself that will yield you the results that you desire.
I love that you are doing a mindfulness session with your team every week. That sounds absolutely fantastic. And it absolutely makes sense what you're saying. So, how has it helped you as an entrepreneur to apply this in your journey?
So I have been super disciplined with myself, because I believe that it is my dedication to consistently grow myself that will yield me the life I desire. So I want to be the best version of myself every single day. And for that, what I do is I build on it. It's like going to the gym. You build muscles and you build strength, and every single day it gets better. So, what I do before I leave home every single day is I meditate, I connect to myself, I journal, Usually it's gratitude and some reflections, and I read. So before I start my day, I learn something new. And these three is something I just do not miss. Of course, I exercise 3 days a week. I do other kinds of things to connect with myself. But these three rituals is something I never miss.
Fantastic. So developing ourselves is an ongoing process.
Absolutely. You have to do the maintenance work. It's like taking a shower. If you don't take a shower any day, you will feel sweaty, you will feel sticky, even in the cold weather. So there's no excuse for you not to do the work. That's the conversation I have with myself.
Lovely.
Very inspiring. Yeah.
So, Mia, talking about the book, I read that you are donating the proceeds of the book and even of your coaching to the Palmon Foundation in support of Harmony House. Can you talk to us a little bit about that?
Absolutely. So, as mentioned, this is my passion. It is my passion to alleviate the pain in every other human I meet, and it is my mission. Along the way, I would like to really help the children that need through Harmony House. I've tied up with them actually long ago, and I really believe in Lucy's vision, her dream, her mission, and I thought would be a great initiative to donate all my proceeds from the book to her so she can help the children of the slum areas in Gurgaon, India, Delhi. So that's that. And with Palmon Foundation, what we do is, as a company, we create a mentorship program where we mentor students in universities or just going to university or wanting to go to university. We mentor them to perform their best by obviously funding them and making sure they're emotionally capable of getting through this, because the way they live, this is usually in India, Bangladesh and Nepal. So it's, and at the moment it is more to do with people who we know kind of are blue collar workers, but it's going to grow, and we just like to mentor them emotionally and financially to be able to succeed and become independent and happy people of the community, of the society. So this is
So
our mission of
wonderful.
Palmon Foundation.
That's fantastic that you're actually doing
Amazing.
something
Really.
so practical to give back to people. It's beautiful. I love that.
It's prime, it's important, it's, and we really believe in it. Like we as a family and we as a company believe in it a lot.
Excellent.
It's so important to give back, especially since you come from India. So this is your community, this is your home, and you're trying to help these people, and it's so wonderful, honestly. You mentioned journaling a little bit ago. Was this something that helped inspire you to write a book? Because I have heard a lot of people talk about when they journaled and then eventually down the line they start writing the book, but the journals actually help them kind of along the, that journey.
So definitely journaling helps you put your thoughts into words, and definitely you become better at expressing yourself. So I'm sure it has something to do with it. But having said that, journaling is anyways very important because it just, I think it works on several levels. It reaffirms. I mean, I usually do forgiveness journaling, gratitude journaling, reflections, and this all helps you identify a lot which is going on in your life, and that just gives you perception for your next day, and how you, the energy that you have in the next day, it puts you in the zone. So I mean, journaling is super important. It helps you reprogram as well, because while you're journaling, you're also reading, you're also reflecting. It's actually going to your, and it's repetition, so it's going to your subconscious programming. So it helps, journaling helps you in several levels.
Excellent. And I know that you did mention to me before how you have actually offered the public some journaling courses,
Yes,
was
of
it?
course. I'm super excited about it. So if you go on my website, there is a 7-day journaling challenge and there's a 30-day journaling challenge. And it is a challenge because at the end of it, you write to me and I give you a free coaching session. So yes, I would humbly request all the listeners to get on the website mehermirchandani.com and download a lot of resources. I have podcasts, I have a blog that I share a lot of feelings and a lot of my learnings on, and I have I have journals, sorry, and I have a lot of content that anybody can make use of.
That's so
Fantastic.
wonderful. Yeah, that you're doing that, giving
Excellent.
people all this access.
Yes, it's all about growing each other. It's about life is about evolution. Life is about being happy. Life is about living in the moment. Life is about cherishing all that we have. There is no time to live in fear and pain. We must elevate all of that to live in love.
Fantastic. Now, let's switch gears a little bit. You've obviously had a lot of success. You do an incredible amount of different things. So, how do you juggle all the things that you do with being a mother, a coach, and an author as well?
So, first is discipline, and second is I train myself. So, it's training and discipline. And like I mentioned, how we go to the gym and we train. Today I'm carrying 5 kgs. By the end of 6 months, I was carrying 20 kgs. So it's exactly like that. You have to have the vision, you have to want to do it, and you have to be disciplined. All of us are limitless. We are the ones that hold ourselves from greatness. And we must get beyond our comfort zone to live the life that truly awaits us, and we all can do it. And that's how I do it. I mean, I have my hands so full with my company that is growing, and the fund that I work with. I'm a director on Manrre Logistics Fund, and it is a real estate fund, and there is so much growth at the moment. There is so much we need to do as a team, as a company. And I still decided to write the book in COVID, and everybody was surprised around me. They were like, "How could you do this?" And I mean, I did feel a little bit of fear, but I overcame it because I was like, this is my journey, and every time I push myself, I love it. It's like when you have that pain when you go to the gym, you love it because you worked for it, kind of,
Right,
but you grow the muscles.
because you can see the results at the end of the day, so it's worth putting in
Exactly.
that effort for it. Yes.
Exactly. And then you feel alive, right? When you're doing your best, living your best, when you are expanding all areas of your life, it's it's like magic. And I would love everybody to experience that magic.
Fantastic.
Excellent. I love the way you talk about it. I can really feel your passion for this. So it's encouraging to kind of reevaluate myself and try to put myself on this similar journey. So thank you for that. That you're doing that for me, and I hope you're going to do that for a lot more people. I'm sure you will. So when you say coaching and healing, right? What are some of the things that you focus on to help people with through those processes?
So I have learned healing. I have learned theta healing, and it has been beautiful. It was a beautiful modality to learn and to understand because it works on the theta. It works on your mind when you are in the theta state, when your brain waves are at the theta state. So it's very powerful to actually reverse or replace beliefs in that state. But at the moment, I'm actively coaching leaders to be the better version of themselves. And as a coach, it is my responsibility to get you closer to your horizon. And it's with individual coaching sessions that I walk with my coachee to get them where they want to go.
So do you have like a first session where you just sit and evaluate all the things that you want to target, and then those are the things that you're going to focus on building, or how does it work? Is it like a step-by-step process?
Yes. So first one is an introductory session where we talk about what is the horizon, what is your vision, or what is the reason you would like to coach, and where do you want to go. So that's the first session, and it's usually we um, define where we are going. So we define the path, And thereon, it could either be once in a month, once in 2 weeks, depending on the client. It could be how they want to do. It's always the client's agenda. And at the moment, I have leaders from different fields of life who would like to actually discover themselves and their relationship with themselves. So it fits perfectly with my journey as well.
Wonderful. So now let's talk about your challenges. Okay, so what are some of the challenges that you faced when you first started on this venture, and in the business world and in your personal journey as well?
So challenges are always going to be with us, right? Because they are like lessons. They come our way to push us to see from a different perspective. And if there is no challenges, there will be no awareness. And for me, I have had challenges on every path of my life. Being in business with Meher and Ridhima, being in business in the family business at Palmon Group, being in my marriage, being it with my kids, I've always been challenged, and I obviously have learned to view it as lessons. So whenever I'm challenged, I immediately switch on and I see, what am I not seeing? What am I learning? What is the message the creator is giving me from this? And it's been a beautiful journey. In fact, in Palmon Group, I'll share with you how challenges have taught me to be me. So every time we face a challenge, it actually makes me evaluate that how authentically am I supposed to respond to it, be it a mail from a tenant or be it a government organization. And I have been able to actually achieve what is meant to achieve for the organization when I operate authentically and with love. So I believe challenges are super important in life, and we must view it as lessons, because that's when we don't get drained, we don't get pulled down. We, in fact, push ourselves to perform better then.
Absolutely. They definitely shape us. And I think without challenges, you'll never know what you're truly capable of.
Exactly.
That makes sense. So tell us, what is your biggest learning to date?
My biggest learning to date would be to operate from love in each area of my life. It is having the compassion for the event or the person or the circumstance. But that is only because I'm in love with myself, I am able to do that.
So it starts with loving ourselves first. And
Absolutely.
and that's what you've learned through your journey and through looking back and through all the sessions and things that you've done, which makes
Yes.
absolute sense. So Mia, you've had an incredible journey so far. You've done an incredible amount of things and writing a book on top of that. So what are your plans for 2021? Do you have something exciting that you're working on?
Absolutely. Like I said, I love to push myself. So life is going to be exciting all throughout. I've started my Audible. I want to have the book Come Alive, Don't Just Exist, my first book in the Audible version. So I have started work on that. And
excellent. So it'll be your voice on the Audible.
yes.
Fantastic.
Yes. I mean, I had a choice of taking on another voice, but I felt that I could do justice to it. So for the first time, I'm doing it in my own voice, and I'm excited about it.
Excellent.
And
How's that been going, if you don't mind sharing? Is it tough?
It is not tough, but it is, you have to be a little careful, right? Because I'm an Indian and my pronunciation is not very American. So of course, I just have to make sure I pronounce the words in the right way and in the right pace, because sometimes I tend to be faster. So it's again learning. Learning is always beautiful. I've just done my first chapter, so I still have the other chapters to go. So I'm learning how to do it better.
Fantastic. That's so exciting. And I'm really looking forward to hearing that once it's available on Audible. Thank you so much for sharing that with us.
It's my pleasure. And I will also be writing my next book in summer.
Wow.
So that will be a
Ooh.
beautiful journey this year.
That's super exciting. So Meher, thank you for answering all of our questions. I mean, it was really great to hear all those insights. We've come to an exciting segment of our show which is like a little game show that we like to play called Rapid Fire Questions. So first thing that pops into your mind, just go ahead and say it. Are you ready?
Ready.
Okay. What is your business or leadership mantra?
Culture beats strategy every single day.
Wonderful.
Very good. What is one thing that you do every day, no matter how busy you are?
Meditation.
Ooh, okay. What is your favorite thing to listen to?
I love the episodes of Impact Theory from Tom. I mean, they're beautiful. They get me charged, and I love it.
Are those podcasts, if I may ask, or?
So it's a YouTube channel, and I think it's a video
okay.
cast, if that's the right word. And yeah, he interviews inspiring, aspirational people who have had hardships in their journey and how they did it. They're like beautiful golden nuggets to take. There's a lot of learning. So
Excellent.
yeah, I'm a fan of Tom Bilyeu.
Excellent. And what is something you always carry in your purse?
My lipstick.
Ah, very nice. I was great. I thought you were going to say your credit card.
No, I think the credit card is not needed anymore because it's on the phone, right? So of course I have the phone in my hand, but I have a lipstick in my purse.
See, I thought you were going to say your journal. I don't know why, but I really thought it was your journal.
No, the journal is on my bedside. My book is on my bedside. I mean, I have books on my office table because I read books, entrepreneurship and leadership books in my office. I read another kind of a genre at home. So I have books everywhere, but I don't carry. I mean, I'm carrying Come Alive in my bag at the moment, but it's usually a lipstick. I just need my lipstick all the time.
Very good.
Fair
Thank
enough.
you. Thank you so much for playing along with us. So now, before we wrap up, we would like to do our green pill moment. And for that, we'd like to ask you the question, what green pill advice would you give to your younger self?
Love yourself. I didn't even waste a minute to launch my brand. I would tell myself that first, invest the first few months to know yourself. Do what it takes to be in love with yourself before you actually embark on the journey of life. And I mean, I cannot lay enough emphasis on how important it is to have alignment of your personality with your soul and your heart. Otherwise, we're walking in the dark. I mean, I was walking in the dark for 15 years of my life, and there's nothing worse than that. So I would say be in love with yourself.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for that excellent advice, Mia. We really appreciate that. And I appreciate you sharing all this insights and wisdom that you've given us today. It's been absolutely excellent.
It's my pleasure, and I'm super grateful for being here. And like I said, join me on my mission, fall in love with yourself.
Wonderful. Now, before we say our goodbyes, Meher, could you share with us some social media handles where our followers could follow you?
Absolutely, that's a pleasure. Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Meher Mirchandani, and Come Alive with Meher are the handles. Like I said, please visit my website. There's a lot of content you can download, you can read, you can work on yourselves. There's the journal, there's a lot of blogs, there is a lot of podcasts, a lot of videos, and please share with me. I mean, share with me what you feel, share with me how I can improve, share with me how you would like to join my mission, and be on the mission of loving yourself always.
Lovely. Thank you so much. And thank you so much again for joining us today. We wish you all the very best, and we'll definitely be reading your books and following where you go from here.
Thank you. Thank you for having me again. I deeply appreciate it.
Thank you, Meher. Wish you all the very best.
If you enjoy our conversations, please like and subscribe. See you next Wednesday.